My role today as speech evaluator will be to evaluate Bridget's speech, literally, on competent communicator number 6, which is vocal variety. So there's a checklist in the book and it tells you which things that she will be working on, which is using voice volume, pitch, rate, and quality to reflect and add meaning and interest to her message. Also using pauses to enhance her message to us, and using vocal variety smoothly and naturally. Her speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and her title today is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, and I'm very interested to see what this is about, to hear what this is about too. Bridget, would you like to come up and help me welcome Bridget?
How many of you have ever read to a child? Can I see a show of hands? Everyone here, wonderful. Some of you know, but some of you do not, since we have some new faces in the crowd today, that my husband and I have 5 children. So we do not do as much reading as maybe we should. However, we do quite a lot of reading, especially during the month of March, which is reading month. My kids could be jumping off the couches or running circles around the house, but when I say to them, guys, let's sit down and read, I'll read to you, they'll run to their rooms and they'll all come back with an armful of books, and we'll sit down and we'll read together, and that's one of their favorite times. So today I'd like to share with you a bit of history on one of my favorite children's book authors, Bill Martin Jr. He's written well over 300 children's books. And if you've ever been around children's literature, which most of you it sounds like have, you're probably familiar with the big happy frog, the plump purple cat, the handsome blue horse, or the soft yellow duck that parades across the pages of Brown Bear, What Do You See? Or the lively alphabet that all race up the coconut tree in Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. But what you probably don't know is that Bill Martin Jr. was illiterate when he went to college. Bill was born and raised in Kansas. He was one of 5 boys, his poor mother. His dad made a simple living as a paper hanger, and his mom was a housewife. Poor mom. A New York Times article shares, because he was bright, he listened intently to his teachers and repeated what they said, nobody realized that he couldn't read. He was only able to read isolated words, not phrases. Back in the 30s, when it was time for him to go off to college, it only cost $50 to register at Emporia State University. So he borrowed the money from someone, and studying books of poetry that he had already memorized, he knew by heart, he taught himself to read when he went to college. After graduation, he taught high school drama and journalism at a high school, and he served in the Army Air Force, and this was during World War II. His first book was written about the charming squeegee bug. And he wrote this book because after war, when he returned from war, his brother had a war wound, a war injury that he wasn't able to work because of. And he was an illustrator, he was an artist at the time. And so he wrote this book so that his brother would actually have a job when they returned from the war. And that was his first book of literature. What you'll find in Bill Martin's book that is so captivating is his ability to speak directly to children's hearts. They recognize these sentences in the books as they see how the sounds transfer to print. Once the child assimilates the structure or the pattern of the poem, because most of his writing is rhythmic and rhyming, they're able to read the entire story, mentally plugging in the animals and their movements that appear in each page. Now that my children are getting older, they prefer to read about superheroes and princesses. But every once in a while, I can sneak in one of Bill Martin's books. A told B, and B told C, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. Whee, said D to E, F, G. I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka, chicka, boom, boom. Will there be enough room? Here comes H up the coconut tree. The next time you're looking to read a children's book out loud to a child, take a chance on Bill Martin. You're sure to get lost in his writing. Wonderful job.